Hello, welcome back to day 2 of your 7-day money challenge. I am Erica Young, your financial coach, and I'm really eager to talk with you today about the next step in transforming in 7 days your relationship with money or some of the things that you are doing with money. First of all, part of my background that you need to hear today is that I was an engineer. Believe it or not, I actually went to the University of Michigan and got a degree in electrical engineering. And I actually really loved numbers. I liked the statistics. I enjoyed that piece of the work that I did, but I really wanted to make certain that I could help people in a different way and actually get to talk to human beings and not just a computer. Fancy that. So I left that career when my husband and I got out of debt so that I can pursue this work. And I still love numbers. So I'm going to give you an equation. This equation is going to help you with today's money challenge and tomorrow's money challenge. So very simple equation, but it is around your budget. Your income minus your outgo must equal 0. I'm going to say that again. Super easy equation. Hard to do in real life. Income minus your outgo equals 0. So typically where people have a challenge with this is balancing it out, because clearly trying to make it balance is difficult. If you end up having more money at the end of the month, so you plan out your budget and you have more money, I want you to give it a home. If you have not enough money and it's negative, then you actually need to find ways to increase your income. So in this equation, we're going to talk about both the income and the outgo. And so those are the two things that we're going to talk about: the income today, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about the outgo. Let's get started. So this equation, to help balance it, sometimes you need more money and sometimes you want things to go faster, right? So think about this. If you can increase your income, how much of a difference that could make. And I'm not talking double your income. I'm thinking maybe a few $100s here, $50 here. What can you do to increase your income? So I'm going to give you a couple of ideas. I want you to think about, is it time for you to ask for a raise? If it's not necessarily time for you to ask for a raise because you've already gotten one this year, write down all of the reasons, the proof in your work that makes you eligible for even more of a raise next time, right? So start gathering and building your case, right? So start writing down all of the reasons that you are fantastic at what you do. And they don't need to just give you 3%. They need to give you 5%. Or they don't need to just give you 5%. They need to give you 6%. That adds up to dollars in the bank. So do that first, wherever you are. And maybe for some of you, it's time to look for another job. Maybe it's time for you to find somewhere where your skills and interests can be more justly paid for, because you're not at the industry standard. So these are things that you might want to know. Is go to salary.com or some of these other places where you can find out if you are in fact keeping up with, the other people in your industry who are doing the same kind of job. And then the other thing is you might need to look for a second job, something fun and interesting and something that, won't take up too much of your time, but that might be something that you need to look into in this moment when you look at that equation. And sometimes it's just a weekend job. Sometimes it's just a couple of nights during the week. But if you have some extra income in a second job, you're not necessarily tied to it. And it might just be for a season. Don't think of this as forever. Maybe it's just for 3 months. Maybe it's through the holidays. Maybe it's just for the summer to increase your income. So consider that. And then I always say, inventory your skills. I mean, many of the clients that I work with have so many gifts and talents to offer the world. It is so cool to see that businesses come out of just people thinking outside the box on what they can offer the world and how they can increase their income. So I encourage you to do the same. Think about what it is that you can do to amplify what you already do. And maybe it's, just dog sitting because you love dogs and you don't have a pet yourself. Who knows? Maybe it is simply that you take in children, overnight for overnight care into your home because you actually have extra space for that. Maybe you rent out a room. Who knows? But So many different ideas can come from you being able to think outside the box and consider what it is that you have to offer the world. And you don't have to go get a job. You can do it on your own terms, and you can figure out for how long you want to do it and for how much you want to charge. So I just want you to think about how you can increase your income. And maybe there's one nugget that you can go off and do and take action on. Maybe one phone call, maybe one sheet of paper with all of your inventory of your skills and things that you've brought to your company. Maybe you need to go look for another job. So take action today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for being here.